Let's start with a video.
Hey Sharks, my name is Ethan and I'm 8 years old. We're here seeking $50,000 for 5% of my company.
The world's first coffee for kids. Kid coffee is
99.9% caffeine free.
What are your sales?
75,000.
Yeah, Ethan.
Mark, would you want to go in with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
We do the $50,000 for 20%.
I think maybe 10% for 50,000.
So there you have it, a day in the life of a venture capitalist, or a VC. We sit in a room, listen to adorable kids pitch us crazy ideas, and then fight all over ourselves trying to give them money. Then we cross our fingers and hope that one day this coffee company is going to become the next Starbucks. We make 100 times our money. Everybody lives happily ever after. The end. What this clip doesn't tell you are the things that need to happen for us to reach that investment decision, and all the things that need to happen over the next 5 to 10 years to make this company successful. And one more thing. Any company starts the meeting by asking for money, the meeting isn't going to last very long. The name of my firm is SparkLabs. We invest in technology startups all around the world. And today, I would like to take a peek into how VC works, why it plays an important role in the innovation cycle, and why I believe in the power of ecosystems that is a critical factor to the startup success. But first, a little flashback. Many of you are probably thinking, he's a technology investor. Chances are he probably studied computer science or math, maybe finance. Well, let me let you in a little secret. I studied literature. For those of you who are drawn to the arts and humanities like myself, I want to tell you, your studies do not limit your options. While I'm not a technical person by training, I've educated myself along the way and continue to do so. And you can do the same. Now, my career path has been winding, to say the least. Excuse me. Armed with my literature major, I had early stints in consulting and investment banking. And then I did 15 years with my family's traditional manufacturing business. Along the way, I honed my entrepreneurial skills by building new businesses alongside existing ones. As many of you are now contemplating what your first job's going to be, what industry you want to commit to, well, I'm on my 5th stop. Good chance that I'll be on my 6th at some point. So why did I choose venture capital as my 5th stop? Because I believe innovation sparks change. Venture provides an opportunity, a front row seat, if you will, for me to evaluate new ideas. And I take that responsibility very seriously to identify the next big idea. I also believe that ecosystem sustains that change. More than capital, we need to provide support and resources to power these ideas to fruition. We look at thousands of companies each year to select a handful that we're excited to work with. So how do we make that decision? What do we look for? What problem are they trying to solve? is solving that problem going to change lives? And then, how big is that market? What is the payoff if they actually solve that problem? And then lastly, what is that so-called secret sauce? And by that I mean, what is so unique about this business, whether it be the technology, the content, or the people, that makes it truly not replicable? Now notice, unlike Shark Tank, we don't talk about price. In fact, we don't talk about money unless we believe there's something really special here. Now, while there are many VC funds already in the market, we specialize in something called the accelerator model, made famous by a firm called Y Combinator in Silicon Valley. Used to be run by a gentleman named Sam Altman, now of OpenAI fame. So you can imagine they have a knack for picking good companies. Around early 2010s, we decided to take this model to Asia. What is an accelerator? It is a 16-week program designed to help companies, accelerate their trajectory so they're ready for the main stage. Now, there's a lot going on here, but our main focus is on mentorship. And what we mean by that is we connect our companies to industry startups that can help them with their specific needs. We offer bespoke solutions and never a one-size-fits-all approach. This all ends with what we call a demo day, which is where we showcase all the companies that we have in that accelerator program to industry experts and investors. We chose to launch this program in Korea because it was, but still is, a dynamic and innovative economy, governments supportive policies, but most importantly, a hungry group of founders looking to drive change. I remember our first demo day, this is back in around 2012, 2013, was held in a conference room that holds no more than 100 people. This is way before Korea is the startup powerhouse that it is today. And fast forward to 10 years later, we've built Korea into one of the most dynamic tech economies in the world, and we also host one of the largest demo days in the world. Fun fact, we were actually consulted for the K-drama startup. In fact, a lot of the footage in the drama was from our actual events. So in some ways, they made a TV show about us. From Korea, we expanded into mainland China, Taiwan, Australia, and more recently into the Middle East. We've invested in over 600 portfolio companies. Some names you probably recognize, like OpenAI, Epic Games, and Discord. For the gamers out there, especially the Fortnite players, thank you for your business. So, every VC provides capital. What makes us different? You probably heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. We have a similar saying at SparkLabs. It takes a village to raise a startup. And we mean that quite literally. That startups, like a child, requires all the nurturing and support that the village can provide. Similar to Asian culture, that village mentality is core to our DNA. And we name our firm SparkLabs because we believe we provide the environment where these great ideas or sparks are nurtured. Now, most of our investments are very early, We call them either the pre-seed to seed stages. This is very early in the company's journey, and that's the time where that support is especially critical and impactful. We built our firm with this core value because as entrepreneurs, we live the experience. As I mentioned earlier, gone through 5 stops, and I believe we can draw on our experiences to help the founder meet their challenge along the way. A founder's journey is very lonely. As the leader, you live and breathe your company 24/7. There are also going to be situations where you feel like there's nobody to talk to. Having a support network that allows you to share and brainstorm freely is a cathartic experience. As I mentioned, in addition to investment, we also connect them to our network of mentors who participate with a pay-it-forward attitude with no pay. We don't ask, what's in it for me? Rather, we believe that the rewards will take care of themselves down the road. Because of these values we practice, I'm proud to say the companies join us not because of the money, but rather they want to be associated with our network. Some of you probably already have some great ideas brewing. So let's talk about what kind of companies do we invest into? Admittedly, we get to see some pretty cool things. Recently, we met this company who's looking to transform the commercial tuna fishing business. They want to use AI, computer vision, and drone technology to more effectively identify schools of tuna. Let's take a look at how their technology works.
Let's check out Nemo. So here's a demo of our software. Nemo is able to ingest data sources from multiple live sources to calculate where there's the highest probability to find schools of tuna. Then it can automatically send out drones to confirm their locations.
What used to take very expensive scouting helicopters days to do, and often at very low accuracies, now can be done by multiple unmanned drones using pattern recognition, all at a fraction of the cost and time that the industry has been doing for tens of years. During one of our meetings with the firm, my partner started cracking up during the meeting, and that startled the company. As he composed himself, he mentioned to the company, "You guys are not even giving the fish a friggin' chance." Now, like every industry in the world, VC is being impacted by AI in many ways. Companies that used to take 5 to 10 years to build, well, that timeline is being significantly shortened. By half, perhaps even more. Things are changing fast, new companies are popping up all the time, but frankly, nobody really knows how this is all going to play out. No doubt, when you hit the workforce in 5, 10, maybe more years, the world's going to be very different. How do you prepare for that? Well, the good news is we're still very early in this whole cycle. There's still many things left to be uncovered. And many of the younger generation are AI natives. You're already using AI, incorporating it into your daily lives. And AI has also leveled the playing field. And what I mean by that is, it no longer takes a super tech-savvy person to start a tech business. You used to need to know how to code. Now just tell AI what you want, and there it is. They even have a term for it. It's called vibe coding. So whatever you're vibing, AI is coding. But also, let me give you a dose of reality. I'm sure you realize this is a golf reference. Let's face it, startups are not for everyone. You really have to have the stomach for it. The highs could be really high, the lows incredibly low. Even if things go well, they could change on a dime. We invested in a company 2 years ago. It's primed to be the WhatsApp of South Asia. We lined it up with capital, we set it up with clients, even had a lot of contracts going on with the government. Everything was going great. All the performance metrics were trending in the right direction. Engagement was awesome. Revenue generation, very good. But then one day came a phone call, slightly panicking, telling me that, hey, there may be some political turmoil happening. And we get the next phone call. Government has been overthrown. A week later, they were no longer able to collect on their receivables. Cash was running short. And finally, the last phone call, they told us it was the end of the line. So, I forgot one slide, but I think you guys got to see this. This is called that proverbial poop hit the fan moment. So even though ecosystem provides support and resources, it doesn't guarantee success. In this case, there was no Hollywood ending. Now, for those who want to drive change, whether through the startup route or not, I encourage you to continue to innovate. Society is greatly dependent on the younger generation's creativity and innovation. And as you embark on a journey, I want to share a few takeaways. Forget it. There's no blueprint. Some people figure it out very quickly. Others, like me, may take a very winding career path. The most important thing is stay humble, stay informed. Everybody is still learning. There's no replacement to just do it. Real life experience is not replaceable, whether it be success or failure. And lastly, lean into the ecosystem. Find people and communities that share your values and share your experiences. It could be SparkLabs, we welcome you with open arms, but there are also many other tech ecosystems out there that will be welcoming as well. Now, of course, the most important ingredients of the village are the villagers. The ecosystem only works if there's enough breadth and depth of experience. So to the community, I hope you'll find time to be a villager. Start supporting the innovators by making yourself available for one conversation or one introduction. 15 minutes could be life-changing. And whatever path you choose, I implore you to find your village. If you find yourself one day sitting across from me, pitching your crazy idea, which I'm sure will be world-changing, maybe don't ask for money up front,